What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Learning with Eddie Magic. Today, I'm going to show you how I work with aux channels and buses and how I set up my session for mixing. So let's get into it. So let's get this started. So this session right here is a session with the artist named D Will. He's a great artist signed to Emma City Records. He recorded this song with a 2-track, as you can see, 2 tracks over here. That's the instrumental. When I say 2-track, I mean the instrumental. So I had to do a 2-track mix so the label could hear it, and I already mixed his vocals kind of to the 2-track. So, but now the label wants me to mix the whole song. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to set up my session and how I bust everything, how I route everything. Hopefully it won't be too boring. I hope so. But let's get into it. So the first thing I gotta do is import the files for the instrumental. So Shift Command I, bring up the dialog. I already have the folder here. These are all the files for the track. So make sure you import that. Press done. Okay. And it's gonna process the audio. It's gonna take a little while, so I'm probably gonna fast forward this part. All right, so here we go. So you select new track. It's gonna put all the tracks down here. It's a lot of files. So okay. So now what we need to do is identify the tracks, what they are. Sometimes they don't name them, right? See, I don't know what that means. Ambient, I don't know what that means. Ambient bass, I guess. Yeah. Black man's dream hat. I don't need to know what kind of hat it is, so you need to identify what tracks are. You need to name them, and then I usually color them so I know where everything is. I'll probably fast forward this part because it's gonna take a while for me to do that. So okay. All right, now, so after I done this, I couple the drums together. So everything that's drums, I put them together. So just select all the tracks, holding command. I'll select everything that says drums. Cymbal, snare 2. I consider effects or hits or whatever part of the drums. That's just how I do it. You don't have to do it like that, but that's how I do it. 808, percussion, kick, of course. Chants, I consider drums too. It's effects, and yeah, I'll put this one too. Why not? So after I select it, I move it up, and it's gonna put everything together. And it's all selected now. So these are all the drums of the track. Everything else is like melodic instruments. So I leave that together too. So I bust them to another aux channel. I'll show you that in a minute. Drums are here. So next thing I do is I color it. You can choose whatever color you want. These are the colors that I use all the time. So I color them red. And then the melody instruments, I color them yellow. And I bring it up right under the drums. Also, I do this too, just to, you don't have to do it, but I like to. Okay, so here we are. We got the tracks separated. So the next thing I do now is route them to the right bus. So what I mean by that is I have all these aux channels here, right? And I use them to group tracks. So I send all my drums to this, send all my melody instruments to that, lead vocals, ad-libs, backgrounds. Why do I do that? Because if I have the mix ready and I need to turn up the drums by itself, I don't have to go there and do it, one by one. I have one fader that I can do that in. Also, in case of having background vocals, sometimes I'll have like 10, 15 tracks of background vocals. I'll group them together, send them to this bus. I usually process them all at the same time in one bus, so I don't have to do for every track. So that's one thing. The next thing we gotta do is route these tracks to the right buses. We got the tracks, select them, hold shift, and then you go to the output. Let me see what input is on the drums. It says drums right on it. So hold shift option, go to the output, bus, drums, and let go, and all of them are routed to the drums. So that's a shortcut right there. Select the tracks that you want to send to the bus, hit one track, hold shift, and then hit the last one, and then hold shift option, click on the output, and then go to the main instruments. That's my melody bus, and now everything should be going to that. So the signal flow is they go from here to the aux, from the aux to the master fader. So input and the output goes to the master fader. I also have some master fader processing most of the time, so they go there. Of course, at this moment, it doesn't sound good because levels are not right, I still gotta mix it, of course, but just wanted to show you guys how I set it up and how I get it going. And from here now on, it's just gotta organize the session how you like it. I usually put, kick, then I put 808, whatever bass. Sometimes I put the bass, then a snare. However you want to organize your session. I usually start drums from left to right, and then after the drums I have my melodic instruments, and then vocals. I usually start out with the verse vocals, which are the lead vocals for me, and then I have chorus lead vocals usually. And then not on this session, but usually I have backgrounds after that. And then I have my buses and then the master. So that's usually how I organize my session. It's very important for you to, sometimes when you have so many tracks, this song doesn't have a lot of tracks, but a lot of times you have 50, 60, sometimes 70, depending how big the session is. It's important for you to know where everything is. If you need to find something quick, you know where it is. If you send the mix in and they say, oh, turn this part up, you already know where it is. You just go over there and just do it real quick. So for me, it's very important to know that. Like I said, you don't have to do it like I do it, but this is something that is useful for me. I've doing it for so long. You can do a lot of things with these aux channels. A lot of times I use it for parallel compression. Also use it for effects. I have my verb delay, short delay. So that's how I do it, guys. Hopefully you learned something new today. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please comment below. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. This is Eddie Magic signing out. Peace.